we're going to start our program, which will begin with the judging for the cook-off from our esteemed judges. I thank you all for being here, for coming to support our teens. Chair of the school board, Karen Waters. Superintendent, Aston Osai. Mayor, Jake Spano. Tom Miller, Councilman Miller. And our school board member, Ken Morrison. I'm going to let each of you give out your points. I will take a tabulation.
We appreciate you doing this, and cooking is a passion of mine, so I was extremely excited to do this, and you guys did a wonderful job. All of the participants did a wonderful job. I hope you learned something from the classes. It certainly did seem like you did. I thought that they all were very tasty, and how I ranked them. So the lunch or the breakfast piece was very good, very good use of materials on switching out some of your flours and using some whole wheat and things like that. And you talked through the leavening agents and all that other things. So I thought you did a very, very good job with that. Thank you. And then your use of the smoothie was very good use of materials there. And then the dinner, I would call it, the quinoa, done perfectly. It really flavored, it was well flavored, and it tastes like you had some chicken stock in it, but it wasn't. And you good use of resources, and great flavor all the way through the whole meal. And I'll be quick. The lunch was off the hook. It was great flavor. That tzatziki sauce was really, really good. And good use of your herbs and the whole thing. So how I ranked them, or how I scored it. Breakfast was a 49.3. Dinner was a 51. And lunch was a 55.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for the students. All three were excellent meals. I have to say, I was just very, very surprised, frankly, how incredibly tasteful all of them were. Thank you for wonderful foods. I would say for the adults, the students shouldn't hear this, but for the adults, at our house, because of our schedules, we end up eating a lot of bar food. Comes out of the freezer, put it in the microwave, so to get fresh food like this was completely amazing. Just a couple things I wanted to give shout-outs to. On the fajita group, I loved that you put the little colorful side kebab on there. I thought that was really a nice touch. Kind of made the plate really, really attractive, really beautiful. On the pancakes, I found that your carrot smoothie that you made was really, really refreshing and really nice. I expected it to be really sweet and sort of rich, and it was really, really refreshing. Thank you for that. And then I have to say, whenever I hear the word quinoa, I get a little frightened because quinoa can be kind of bland, it be kind of a filler, but super, super flavorful. So my points, I gave the fajita group a total of 46 points. I gave the pancake group, just edging them out, at 48 points, and with 55 points to the quinoa group. Thank you.
Ken said his passion is cooking. My passion is eating. So this makes me perfect for this. I also got a chance, I came in early, and I got a chance to go upstairs and watch the students cooking. And they were really well organized. They were working well as teams. It wasn't a mess up there. There was a lot of stuff going on, but it wasn't chaotic, right? And frequently when you're cooking, if you're sort of competitive, you can get a little worked up and things can get a little chaotic. And they didn't. They were just like cool as cucumbers. They were just doing their thing. So kudos to them. So I'll start with the quinoa, which I can't stand quinoa. I have the same sort of response, I think, that Tom does. That was awesome. I actually really, really enjoyed that. It was really flavorful. It had just a little bit of a sweetness to it, which I really, really liked. And one of the challenges is, all of these dishes you're supposed to eat them hot. And we were eating them cold, and that can be really tough to judge. But the quinoa dish would be tasty even as a cold dish. So really well done there. On the pancakes, my favorite part of the pancakes was the blueberry sauce, because when we went upstairs and looked at the blueberry sauce, it was the perfect thickness. Like it would, for those of you who cook, it would hold the spoon, if you know what that means, right? Didn't like run off of a spoon. It sort of sticks to the spoon and works its way down. It was delicious. I do have to say, I think maybe the bananas in the pancake made it tough to cook the pancakes all the way through. That was tough. And I know when I was upstairs, I was giving you that little tip about like a hot pan. I think maybe if you'd had a little hotter pan, they would have cooked through, but they were still tasty. And then the last group was the fajita group. And what I should also just say is, like, across the board, when we asked these kids about what they subbed out, they were really creative and thoughtful, right? These things, you know, I'm not like I like Greek yogurt, right? But I'm not like a chia seed guy. All of these were delicious, and I'm with Tom. I thought that the smoothie with the pancakes was like the perfect sweetness. They're usually too sweet, and that one wasn't. For the fajita group, it was really flavorful. The steak was cooked perfectly. I liked the yogurt sauce. I thought that sort of took a little bit of the edge off the sweetness with the dessert. Their substitutions, using yogurt instead of sour cream, wheat tortilla instead of a white flour tortilla, using yogurt instead of ice cream in their dessert. And interesting, I did not know this, but the students were telling me they used unsalted butter instead of salted butter because salted butter has a lot of sugar in it, which I did not know. So I thought they were all great. The way I scored them was I had the pancakes at a 47, I had the quinoa at a 50, and the fajitas at a 51. So really, really well done. They were all great.
Good evening, everyone. I'll be very brief because most of the judges before me had an opportunity to share similar things that I was planning on sharing. But for me, I'm not a very adventurous eater, so this, in many respects, was a frightening experience, right? And I want to just thank each team because as I had a chance to talk to you about what you prepared and why you prepared it and how you prepared it, what was very clear to me is that each meal was prepared with love, and I could taste that love as I tried those different dishes. Overall, I was impressed by the level of knowledge that our students were able to demonstrate related to the meals. And one of the things that impressed me most is when I would talk to the students about why they chose the different substitutes that they chose, they were able to very clearly talk about the nutritional value between the pieces that they substituted and why they did it. So thank you for just the clarity around why you chose what you chose. Being somebody that's not an adventurous eater, I am shocked by the actual way I ranked this. And so Team 1 or SLP chefs who had the quinoa, I'm not a quinoa eater either, but absolutely fell in love with it. I thought that it was, I'm actually gonna go home tonight and try to prepare it myself. I'm sure it won't come out as good as yours, but I ranked that group 45. And the reason is because I was not there for the preparation, so I didn't rank any group on preparation. So all groups ranking is minus the preparation score. The second group, which are the chefies, they did an amazing job with what we're affectionately calling the surf and turf taco, and or burrito, or however you want to describe it. And I ranked them with the 42. And then the third group, who called themselves Group 1, I ranked them with a 42 as well. So thank you all.
Well, thank you everyone for having me be part of this. I have to tell you, any meal I don't cook is a real gift. So thank you so much. Like Ken, I really do love to cook. I find it relaxing. I find it a great way to experiment with different things, learn different techniques. I love to make risotto because it's meditative. And I was wondering about the cooking techniques that you all used. I wish I could have seen that because I worked late today. If you think about your senses, the first thing that we looked at was the presentation, and you all had a very beautiful presentation with that crisp white plate, the nice contrast of colors. It just looked really pretty on the plate. I loved the orange and the blueberry, you know, the orange and purple together. That was very pretty. I loved the mix of peppers with the fajita and the fruits. It was very pretty. The quinoa with the nice dark green kale. Oh, and that beautiful piece of shrimp. Yum. So presentation, everybody got a 10. I missed the time management, and I'm sorry about that, but I can tell you executed with a lot of skill. So congratulations on learning those cooking techniques. But it comes down to taste. And I was really hungry because I missed lunch today. And it was so close. I guess I'm not a breakfast person at dinner time. So the blueberry pancake got a 38 because I didn't see the presentation. The fajita got a 45 because I just loved the combination of everything. And the quinoa got a 43. It was just so close. You all did a marvelous job, and thank you so much for letting us be part of it.
I want to let you know that the kids all get a very nice graduation gift, and for attending these classes. They're 6 weeks long. Kids, do you think that you'd want to take another round of classes? Yeah? Okay. Well, we have some gifts and graduation certificates for you. I'll give it to you, not in front of everybody right now. So, our breakfast came out with 224 points. Yay, pancakes. I thought they looked beautiful. The fajitas came out with 239 points. And the quinoa slipped by at 244 points. So, can I have the quinoa girls come up here? And you do get an extra special little something. And you're the one who told me to get the $25 gift certificate. So guess what? You guys got a $25 gift certificate, each of you. Oops, let's throw the money around. And let's give these guys a big round of applause, and all of our Cooking Matter teens. Oh, and they were down a person on their team, so they even did that much more work tonight. Thank you, Jake, for letting me know that. And thank you to our judges. Girls, thank the judges. And all right.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you what I was going to say.
Okay.
The only person that I didn't hear thanked was Julie. So, yeah. She worked really hard to pull this together. I know we had several conversations about, okay, this and that and this and that, and it really came together really nicely, and you had a beautiful night. So really, really well done.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I got.
All right, judges, you're off the hook.